Okay, I think we're going live.
Okay.
Like
Meeting
live.
is now streaming live on Facebook. Okay.
Like in a minute.
Like
It's
in a
kind
minute.
it's loading a little slowly.
Okay.
Oh, I found my iPad.
Oh. Oh, wait, we are. Oh. Hey, everybody. It's Miss Jenny and Miss Chandrea from Kids Crossing at the Franklin Park Public Library. We are going live in about 8 minutes at 3 o'clock for Let's Talk Books. So we're going to read some stories, talk about some books, and if you want, you can also comment down below in the Facebook comment section if you would like us to help find you some books. So we're going to be doing that in just a few minutes, so make sure you pop back on here, and yeah, we'll see you then.
Hey, everybody. Can't wait. 8 minutes to go.
Countdown is on.
Is this what I'm supposed to read about books? We need some elevator music.
Okay, but did it stop?
It's saying we're live on Facebook.
Oh, wait, so we're just going to stay on here? Is that what we're saying?
We're just going to commit. We are here.
All right. Well, hey, everybody, because I can definitely fill the time. Don't you worry. Just a few things in the in-between time. We have worked really hard over the last month. The library, we know it's a bit different right now. We've been trying to move virtual programs to Facebook, to Zoom, to YouTube, something definitely new for us, but we are working on that. So we have programs for the babies all the way through adults. So if you visit fppld.org and click on either the kids, the teens, or the adult programs, you definitely can check that out and see what we have for you. Since I'm on there right now, I could actually look.
Ooh, we can show off our website while we're waiting.
Oh, okay, or we could do that. Well, Miss Chandrea, why don't you talk a little bit about Morning Movers, what we're doing for that?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm actually going to make, there we go. All right, so Morning Movers is officially going virtual. It's actually been virtual for a couple of weeks. However, we're now including everyone in our virtual sessions. So if you have a little one, even if you have a big one and you're not doing anything at 10 a.m. on a Friday, you should check out our website. We're going to post a Zoom link. We're going to have a virtual Morning Mover session. It's going to be a combination of videos and live parts. So the stories will be recorded so you can watch them with us. Or if your little one's not into it, you can always catch it on YouTube later. We're going to sing some songs, and then we're just going to have fun so the little ones can see one another, and so the big ones can have some good conversations, because sometimes it's hard talking to a baby all day.
It can be. And hey, even if you're just like us, where, you know, there's not many people to talk to here at home, it's also nice to do that. So let me see. So am I going to try and screen share this really quick? So if you go to our website, hold on. Oh, wait, can I screen share? See,
yes,
thank you. See, this is all new for us, everybody. Okay. So, all right. So if you go to, and I'm already on the program page. Pardon me for that. Okay, so if you just go to our website, you're going to come to our main page, and this is a great spot for you to check our web sliders. So anything that's coming up, like Let's Talk About Books, for example, has been posted there. So any kind of program that you're looking for, like we have Tai Chi coming up. So those will be the most current programs, but if you are looking for other things that'll be coming up maybe a little farther into the future, you can definitely check across the top here. We've got adults, teens, kids, so depending on what programs you're looking for, you can click on that. So I'll just pick kids because it's all kids all the time right now. So you can see we had National Parkology. That was a program that Miss Pat used to do in the library, but now she's been making presentations that we've put on YouTube. So you can actually click from here and it'll take you right to our page. Then we've got some other things. We're having book lists. In this case, this is rainy day movies we've got up here. We also have other online activities that you can check out there as well. And then along the right-hand side will be all of the upcoming programs. So there's actually a really nice calendar view that you can also click on, so you can really just see the entire month ahead or a few weeks ahead. So some programs we're having you definitely sign up for. Anything that's a Zoom event, we need to send you that information. So we do ask for you to sign up for that, which you can do here on the website. But anything else, we have Stories with Miss Pat, that's on YouTube. Like I said, her Parkology just went up, so any of her phonologies will be there. Miss Chandrea mentioned Morning Movers and her playlist. I've been reading some stories. I know Miss Laura's been doing drawing, and she did something with toilet tube paper rolls.
So if you like art and you like stamping,
exactly,
definitely go check out those videos. It's stamping with toilet paper rolls.
So she was doing that as well. So here, let me just take you. So here's our YouTube page. Oh, there was Miss Pat. So yeah, so our YouTube page, definitely check that out. There we go. So if you want to find everything, we try to kind of group it all together. So we do have a spot for virtual programs. So that's kind of like our craft programs. Acts of Kindness was one I did a video for. We do have the drawing. You can see Morning Movers does have their own playlists. And then also we have a gamer playlist, because I know for teens and adults, we're doing Animal Crossing tours. So that means you can actually sign up to have one of our staff members tour your island, or you give us the tour. I'm not sure how that works exactly. But you can definitely go to the website and the information will explain that. Also, I know there's Super Smash Brothers tournaments that we were going to do in person, but since we can't do that, people are doing it, I believe, Saturday nights for a few hours. So you can definitely take a look at that as well. So the YouTube page, a lot of new content has been going up. So definitely check that out. So if you've been to a Zoom program of ours so far, we've been having a great time. Thanks to everybody who has signed up. I hope you all were having a good time, but we would love to have some more people sign up for those events. So definitely visit the website, again, fppld.org. And then also check out all the other things that we are offering as well for adults. There's programs for seniors that are on there. I know we're doing something with census help. So if you still need help with that, you can take a look and see what's available for you. Okay, it does look like it's almost 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna stop sharing because I feel I've also talked a lot.
Is there such a thing as talking too much? We are here to talk to you. We want to see your comments. We want to see what you all are saying. We are going to start reading some books, and we're going to start talking about books. However, if you have any questions about the library, if you have any questions on what to read next, if you have any questions about books in general, we're here to help. So put those in the comments below while we're reading and talking about reading.
So I'm going to keep my eye on that. So it's not that I'm ignoring you. I am just keeping an eye on our friends. And I'll be looking here because I can't handle doing it on one computer. So Miss Chandrea is the more technology person between us. She said I could do both on one screen. I can't do that. So I have to have 2 separate spaces.
I was incorrect. I also needed a second device. So if you see me looking off, it's because a second device does make this easier. Because again, as soon as you come with those comments, we can answer them. Let's see. It looks like we got a couple people watching. So hi, everyone. And because we have a couple people, I'm gonna start a little bit over. Right now, we are getting ready to start reading some books, and we want you to talk about books. We want you to ask us questions about the books we're reading. We want you to ask us about what books you should read next. We want you to talk to us. So can't wait for you to bring up those questions.
And then also we are using Hoopla right now. I know I think we've talked about Hoopla before. So that's the Hoopla Digital that you have access to if you have your library card. You can sign up using that information. And we know right now you don't have print books necessarily, or maybe you've read a lot of the print books in your house at this point. I mean, you've had a while. So you can use Hoopla. So that's what we're going to be using. That's where we're pulling our books from today. So definitely, if you are interested, I can be looking on Hoopla right now because maybe you don't have it downloaded, but you want to know, hey, do they have animal books or books on zebras? I can check and let you know. I'm sure they've got something. So anyway, that's what we can do today. So while she is reading, I will try and help you out. Go for it, girl.
All right. Before I start reading, I do have to mention that I'm actually using a different resource. So Miss Jenny's using Hoopla. I'm actually using Epic, which is a website. It's very similar to Hoopla, and it's actually open access right now due to the conditions of the world. So I'm going to go ahead and show you Epic. I actually really like it. It's my website of the season. All right. So I'm going to screen share with you all. Definitely let me know if you can see the screen sharing. First of all, this is not the right link, but here we go. I'm actually going to go back out of Epic real quick so I can show you what it has to offer.
And you know, I can see, I'm watching the video of us right now. This is very strange and very distracting.
All right, so this is Epic. It's a free website. You can, if you have an adult with you, or if you are an adult, you can create an account. And right now, till I believe the end of June or July, I have to double check that, you can access free books. So I actually have a library of books going right now. So these are all the books that I'm currently reading. So I've got Lucky Duck, What's Up There, and a couple other really fun books. What I really like about Epic, which is very similar to Hoopla, is the fact that everything is available all the time, which means that you can access it no matter where you are or when you are. Some of the other online resources, you have to wait for things to come in and you have to check it out more officially. But using Hoopla or Epic, you can check it out as it suits your fancy. So I'm going to start with the book that was so cute. It is called The Lucky Duck. I'm sorry, Lucky Ducky, because you know it rhymes. And it's by Doreen Mullarayan. So you're going to make this a bit bigger because we want you to have the full experience. This is Ducky. He thinks he's unlucky. No matter how hard he tries, things just don't seem to come out right. Oh no, pink again. I think today is the day my luck will change. But Ducky doesn't let his tough luck get him down. That looks painful. Ducky decides to go to the park to find a 4-leaf clover. That should do the trick. He starts to search for one, but then, how about a game of frisbee? Ducky has so much fun playing frisbee that he forgets to look for a 4-leaf clover. That's okay, I'll look for it later. Ducky starts to look for a 4-leaf clover again, but then, join me for a swim. Cannonball! Ducky loves swimming and splashing, but if I want to be lucky, I need to go back to my search. Ducky tries looking for a 4-leaf clover once more, but then, would you like to have a picnic? Ducky doesn't find a 4-leaf clover, but he realizes that he found much more. This is Ducky. He knows he's lucky. Because no matter what happens, as long as he has friends, he's the luckiest duck of all. And he loves pink. The end. That is the end of Lucky Ducky. All right, let's see. Ooh, all right. So, do we want to read another picture book or do we want to talk about slightly books for older kids? That's the question.
I think we can maybe go back and forth.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Because I can always go with things that people could use, I've got a middle grade, I've got an early chapter book I can share in there. But then I know we also talked about a cookbook. So if you have visited our library, we had a Now You're Cooking program that was pretty popular. And we know we have some chefs out there. Oh, I'm sorry, Now You're Cooking, and then Cooking with the Kiddos. I'm so sorry, Miss Chandrea. We've had cooking programs for a lot of ages. So I know right now it really would be a great time. I know I keep seeing on like social media how everybody's learning how to bake bread, and you know, banana bread seems especially popular. But you know, I keep looking at pictures of people's plates. So I think this would be a great time for family cooking if you're not already doing that already. And even if you are, this book by America's Test Kitchen, I know they have books for adults, cookbooks for adults, but this one is called The Complete Cookbook for Young Chefs. And I think really this book is great for any age, actually, because I was telling Miss Chandrea earlier, like for me, you know, I really enjoy seeing things really explained for me. And sorry, it is a white screen. Oh, I wish I should have been on the first page so you could see the cover. But yeah,
we're starting with baking.
Oh, wait, there
Bacon's always a good place to start.
Okay. I do like baking. So, okay. So this is the cover. There you go. So it's a book though, that in the front part, they really take the time to explain everything that you'll need to know. So in terms of, you know, making sure that you are safe and your hands are washed and you're ready to go, to here on this page, you know, what does it mean to whisk something versus beating something, or mincing? I know I sometimes have to look some of this stuff up. It's like, wait, what's the difference between a chop and a slice? That's on here. So that part, how to measure all of these things that a lot of times, you know, you take for granted, but then like how to mince garlic. It's like, I know I look YouTube videos up to find out how to do some of these things. So I think, again, I'm a very visual person. I love all of the pictures, the steps, and that sort of thing. But then and then here, what are the names of cooking tools? So even if you have young kids at home, they might not know the names of these things. That's good for them to see all of that. But then I think even if you're an adult, I think there's some things in here that are great. I think, oh, here, for French toast, for one, gives you the recipe on the one side, but then on the other side, start with the right bread. It's like, oh, wait a second, there's a right bread and a wrong bread for French toast, or, you know, so things that maybe you don't think about. You've got that. And I know I'm just showing you breakfast. It's making me hungry. Smoothie.
I'm starving.
I tried to eat enough so I wouldn't get hungry. You know, lunch, I wanted to make sure I had enough. But here, smoothies, it gives you the basic recipe, but then on the right-hand side, it shows you if you want to change it up, you know, use the basic recipe, but here's a way, just by changing a few ingredients, how to make it something different. So that is great. And let me see if I can jump ahead. I have no idea what this will be. I'm just trying to get to the next course of food. Ooh. Of course, our little box is right there. Okay, best ever pasta with butter and Parmesan cheese. I mean, if you like pasta, this would be delicious. Oh, here, wait. Measuring proper portions of pasta. I don't know about you all, but I never know how much pasta I'm supposed to eat. I would eat it all, but how much am I supposed to eat? So that's what I mean about all those little sidebars, how that's really helpful. Or here, one pot pasta. I mean, these would be great recipes to do with your kids. So I know I'm going to go through these myself and see if there's anything super easy for me that I can find. And also, I think this translates really well to an ebook. Some of the books don't always transfer very well, but this one looks like, I mean, I've seen the original, the print copy of this book. So yeah, so this is one of my nonfiction picks for this let's talk about books session. So again, the nice thing about Hoopla is that you, like, if there's 10 people watching right now that decide they want to all check this book out, they can. The book is available right now, so you can go check it out. Also, something to be said, bonus borrows, they're also doing until the end of the month. There's certain books that will be marked with a special bonus borrows when you click on it. And Miss Chandrea, do you remember, was there also like a list somewhere?
There is a list. I will say it is very hard to find bonus borrows. So if you're interested, we will add the link that I've managed to find in the comments. That way it's easy to access it.
Yeah.
I love Hoopla. It's not perfect, but we're going to get it there for you.
Yeah. So, so you definitely could go check that out. Like now, if you're excited.
Can you give us the title of what the book you're looking at again was?
It is, or would you like me, or should I just type? Okay, it's the Complete Cookbook for Young Chefs. Are you saying this because you're going to type it in?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the Complete Cookbook for Young Chefs, and then it's the America's Test
Kitchen.
Yeah.
I see them on TV a lot, so it gives me a lot of faith that like I can really trust this recipe book.
Yeah, are they on PBS or something?
Yes.
Oh, wait, in here. Actually, do you want me I could put the link on there.
Yes, please.
Now, should I be replying specifically to people or should I just run it?
I'm just putting them in the comments.
Because everybody can see those, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So there
it's collective knowledge.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Let's see. Is it going to show me a picture of the cover? It doesn't look like it is. It's like literally, it didn't even like hyperlink it either, I don't think. Oh, wait, now it did. Okay, but it just doesn't have the picture. Okay.
There we go. We love us a hyperlink.
Yeah. But it would have been nice if it showed the little picture, but that's okay.
I'll have to look at the picture when you go to hoopladigital.com. Boop. All right. I'm excited for the cookbook. I just want to share with everybody that's slightly related to the cookbook. I can't find yeast. I haven't been able to find yeast since the thing started. I've YouTubed a couple different videos, and I believe you can make your own yeast with like mason jars and flour and like cheesecloth. That's too advanced for me.
I was gonna say I would find a yeastless, because I think that's what people have been doing is looking for. Is that what do you say? Yeastless?
Yeah, yeastless dough
for bread.
That was just a fun little tidbit that I wanted to share.
Yeah.
Feel free to comment though, if that's true or not. If you can develop your own yeast.
Disclaimer: what our views and the things we say might not be correct. Oh my God, this is so funny. Okay, all right.
We are taking our knowledge from YouTube, so take it with a grain of salt when it comes to that piece. So trust us on books. That's what you can really trust us about.
I feel like this is, if people know us, I feel like this seems very like really being with us in a conversation, because I feel comfortable. I know we don't have a ton of people watching right now, but it's like, it's just like we're all hanging out together. It's kind of a nice little small group.
Speaking of not a lot of people, if you are watching this and you are enjoying it, you can share this live video on your own Facebook pages so your own friends and family can see it. If you could do that, that'd be great.
Oh, wait. Can I say a special shout out? I know my mom and my niece, Abby, are watching. Hi, Mom and Abby. Thank you for me telling you that I was going live and you watching.
We appreciate it. If you enjoy it, feel free to share it, because you should be able to share it on your own Facebook pages as well.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're going to come back to the topic of books, I believe I am next.
Go for it.
All right, we are back on Epic, which is getepic.com. I did include the link because this has, again, been my site of this season. Next up is All for a Dime, a Bear and Mole story by Will Hillenburg. Last names trick me up. I apologize to everyone's last names who I've butchered. I'm really going to get better at this one day. We're going to go ahead and make this bigger. Let's see. Let's try one more time. Will Hillenburg brand. You tell me in the comments down below how to pronounce it.
I'm sorry. I should be paying attention, but I was typing. Where's his name? I thought
it's really tiny. I'm not even sure if you can actually read it.
I thought it was Hillenbrand, but
Hillenbrand.
Oh, wait, there it is. Hillenbrand. Yes.
There we go. Okay. I feel a lot better. I'm trying to get people's names right. I know it's very important. Mole pushed aside some dirt. He picked up worms. Yum, yum, yum. He put some into his pail. Bear pushed aside leaves. He picked berries. Yum, yum, yum. He filled up his pail. That looks delicious. Skunk loves berries. I'll pick some just for her. Knock, knock, knock. Fresh berries just for you. Thank you, Skunk grinned. I love blueberries. Look what else I have. Worms. Mole beamed. Nice, stuttered Skunk. Look what I made. Perfume, Skunk smiled. Puff, puff, puff. Nice, stuttered Bear. Now we all have something to sell on market day, said Mole. We should make lots of money. Skunk winked. Lots, agreed Mole. On market day, Bear, Mole, and Skunk made signs. They collected stools. They packed. They put up tents and set out the goods. Bear was busy. Delicious blueberries. Mole and Skunk waited and waited and waited. Nothing is selling. Let's switch seats to change our luck, suggested Mole. That's better, Skunk grinned. I would like to buy some of your lovely perfume. That will be a dime. Mole smiled. Puff, puff, puff. Now, I would like to buy some of those scrumptious worms, said Mole. That will be a dime. Skunk smiled. A little more perfume, please, said Skunk. Gladly. That will be a dime, Mole chuckled. Slurp, slurp, slurp. I would be happy to claim the rest of those worms, said Mole. That will be a dime, said Skunk. Puff, puff, puff. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Mole yawned. What a busy day. I'm exhausted. Skunk yawned. Me too, but we sold out. I bet we made a lot of money. Let's count it up, said Mole. Cha-ching! I have a dime, Skunk beamed. I don't have anything, said Mole. Fretted Skunk. We don't have anything left but a dime, yet we were busy all day. We had fun too. That's good, mused Mole. That is enough for another market day, said Bear. Sell anything, asked Mole. All but these, said Bear, and we can put those on top of the ice cream I bought with my dimes. Perfect, replied Mole. Yum, yum, yum. That is the end of this delicious story.
That does look delicious. See, I feel like I was looking at my shelf, but I guess I remembered it from a past life. I know I read a couple of his other ones. I think it was, or actually maybe they're ones from the library. We've not been in the library for so long. I mean, I'm pretty sure I had them in my previous position when I was working in a school library. We had those, but yeah, man, it really has been a long time since we've been in that building. I feel like I'll have to learn everything again once we go in.
We will definitely have to get reacquainted with the library because I don't like you get so used to knowing where everything is and where everything lives. But I feel like that experience has gone away a little bit in the past 2 months. Can you believe
And I miss my desk, I feel like too.
I don't miss my desk. I need to clean it. But don't worry. I'm going to clean it. And I'm going to clean it, you guys. And I'm going to take a picture of it. So it's going to happen because I said it on camera. And now it has to happen.
So where are we going to post that picture? Are we going to
We're going to put it on Facebook. And then we're going to link it to
like, if you attended Let's Talk Books in May, she cleaned her desk. Here's the proof.
Told you I would, and I did.
Yeah. Or we could vouch for you. I mean, I could vouch for you. I mean, I've seen your desk in all sorts of ways.
I believe they would deserve photographic evidence.
Okay. I mean,
so
we can. Sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, I could switch gears. I know we talked nonfiction on my part. So I'm going to switch it to a graphic novel I read. So let me see. I don't know that I pulled it up yet though. So you will see the cookbook for a moment until I hate this. There's too many. There we go. Move it down here. Yeah.
Ooh, Blondie Bites.
Blondie Bites. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay. Hoopla it keeps wanting to go, like I looked at like one page of like TV shows and that's like what it remembers. So every time I type Hoopla in, it still is like, hey, oh no, I thought I have to sign in. No, there we go. Okay. Okay. I don't know if we have any DC fans out there. Oh man, sorry, this is the middle of the book too. It must be where I left off. Okay, so this book, while I'm trying to find my, oh, there it is. They moved the hamburger. No, that's the other hamburger. Let me see. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, so this book is called Diana, Princess of the Amazon. So it is by Shannon and Dean Hale. So now if you are a fan of graphic novels in general, Shannon Hale did a book, and let me make sure, because there's so many of these. I think it was Real Friends was hers last year. Let me just make sure that's her. I guess I should have before I came out of my mouth as I was checking. Yeah, so she did Real Friends, and then there was Best Friends that came out this year. So her and her husband, before she worked on those two books, they worked on some other graphic novels together. So in this case, they're the writers of this, and they had a different illustrator, Victoria Ying. And I don't know about you, but I was really excited about the new Wonder Woman movie coming out. So
I'm so excited.
I was devastated. It was on my calendar that I'm like, okay, we're gonna go opening weekend. I mean, yes, let's push it off. We should. But so anyway, so I have a feeling that was probably why this, a lot of things you see, like I know she's on bags of Doritos at the store. I know I've seen toys, you know, so I think people were like, all right, well, we just have to release this merchandise anyway. But so Diana, Princess of the Amazons. It was an interesting little story because, and I won't give a ton away, but basically, if you know about Diana, so she, and let me find, okay, so here, and she used to live on the island of, I'm going to be Miss Chandrea right now. I know what it is, Themyscira. I never can say it. I know in the movie, she was saying it like nobody's business, and I'm like, I can't say that name. But anyway.
It happens to all of us.
It's the island of the Amazons. Okay,
that's the important part about it.
Yes.
It's where the Amazonians.
Yes.
So there we go.
Yes. So she lives on this island, and it's only women that live on the island. So when we start looking at the story, she is the only kid on the island. So I don't know. You could think that maybe that is great, but on the other hand, it's not, because she really just wants to, I mean, number one, have somebody else to play with, but you know, she tries to play with the adults and they're like, oh no, sorry, too busy. So in the beginning, she really is just going up to different people, like, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do that? Hey, mom, do you have time for me, kind of thing? And it's like, oh no, I'm busy doing this right now. So she kind of takes things into her own hands, and I'm just going to flip. So the story is for Diana is that she was made, like her mom wished for a child, and I forget, she made her out of clay, and then the clay baby came to life, and that's Diana. So the same kind of thing happens. Diana wishes for somebody to play with, and she gets this clay and she forms somebody, and then the somebody, I don't know, am I giving it away when I say this, or the somebody turns into an actual playmate for her. So basically, this is where I won't spoil the rest. So basically, the rest of the story, she finally has somebody to play with, but unfortunately, they kind of get into trouble a lot with each other. And then that kind of has adults being a little disappointed, like, you were never like this before. Why are you like that now? And she doesn't tell anybody about this clay girl that she created. So it's just interesting because I think you can kind of connect with that feeling of loneliness. You know, maybe if you were only child and you always wish that you had somebody to play with, or, you know, so I feel like you can kind of, you know, or if in general, right now, I mean, I'm not a kid in quarantine, but I would imagine, you know, if you have parents working from home and you want somebody to play with, and maybe you don't have brothers or sisters, you're like, hey, I want to play. And it's like, oop, nope, work from home. So maybe even what's going on right now, you can kind of relate to that. So anyway, if you like Diana, it is a bit, you know, ties into her story. So, and the illustrations are really bright and I think look really good. And also the Hales, they always are really good storytellers. So I think if you enjoy good storytelling and just colors that pop when you're reading a graphic novel, this was a fun one. But yeah, you have to, I won't spoil anymore. I feel like I was spoiling.
You were just giving an in-depth summary.
Introduction to, yeah.
Also, I do have to admit something, which is sometimes I skip to the end of a book to see if I like the ending. And if I like the ending, then I'll go back and read it. Because I don't want to read the book to not like the ending.
You know, I know somebody like that who's watching Facebook Live right now. I won't name any names, but I know somebody like that. You know who you are.
I wish I knew, but maybe she'll tell me later.
No, I don't want to out that person. And if she's still watching, she's going, ah. But it's okay. I get it. I mean, you don't want to, books are a lot of commitment. And I think sometimes you don't, I know I've talked about this before, but there are certain books that one series in particular, there were 3 books and I read the 3rd book was like 500 pages or more. You got to the end and you were like, this is how you ended it. So I felt like I had wasted my time. There was like 3 whole books. And then this is how it ended. And I'm like, I should have just stopped after book 1, which actually I gave away books 2 and 3 because I'm like, nope, I'm stopping at book 1. I mean, maybe one day I'll get rid of that too, but it's autographed. So I decided to keep it. But yeah, but no, I know I've talked about that series. I don't want to out the series either. So there you go. All right, I'm going to stop screen sharing.
I had a couple thoughts about the Princess Diana book. There's 2. One, I was like, is she like Olaf? Because isn't that how Olaf comes to be? Is they want a friend and they make a snowman, and because one of the sisters are magical, the snowman comes to life. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I had a second thought, which is I really need to have the power of wishing. As an Aladdin fan myself, I'd like a genie and I'd like 3 wishes, and I just want my wishes to be so powerful that I either make a friend or, save the world. Just saying.
I feel like this goes back to your enjoyment of Aladdin.
You see how I
3 wishes.
I hope that wasn't too convoluted for my viewers, by the way. I really felt like I connected those pieces, but maybe I didn't. So let me know.
No, well, Olaf, that's funny. I'm like, man, I must not have watched Frozen enough times. I'm like, oh, wait, is that how Olaf comes to be?
I think so. I might have missed the first 15 minutes of Frozen the first time I saw it. So I can't promise that's true.
Yeah.
But my understanding is that's true.
Okay.
And these are our own views. Don't just tell us if we're incorrect. It's okay.
Disclaimer. We put that out there. We should probably do a disclaimer every 15 minutes in case new people join.
Yes. Gotta stay safe.
All right. Okay. All right. What else you got for us, Miss Chandrea?
Well, since you took us on the nonfiction route, I figured Epic has nonfiction. Mm-hmm. So I picked a nonfiction book about cats. Because who doesn't love cats?
I'm allergic to cats.
Okay, so you don't love cats.
I mean, I think they're cute, but I just and I start, it's not.
They don't agree with you.
No, yeah. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right, everyone.
See, that's a cute cat. I'm okay with that.
So our next book today is going to be Curious Cats by Kate Kawa. Cats like to play. They play with balls of string. Cats love to smell a special plant. This is called catnip. Cats are afraid of the water. They do not like baths. A cat licks its fur. This keeps it clean. A cat needs food every day. They need to eat meat to stay healthy. Cats go to an animal doctor. He is called a vet. A cat has pointy ears. They help it hear sounds far away. Cats have claws. They use their claws to climb. A cat makes a sound called a purr. That means it's happy. Cats sleep a lot. They often sleep for 16 hours. That's a long time. The end. So that is the end of our book about cats. And I'd just like to make a mention that I just learned what catnip was. I've always wondered what it was, but I did not know. Just sharing that you learn new things every day.
What was the name of that one? It was what kind of cats?
It didn't say what type of cats. It just said it was a special flower.
Oh my goodness, they do not like it. That was
cats love. It is a special plant. So I'm sure in like the next level of this book, they tell us what the plant is called.
Maybe. That's exciting. We have to do things in stages, you know.
You do. You have to, just talk about it. But I learned that catnip is a plant. I don't know what I thought it was, but I would have never guessed it was plant. It was plant-based and it was natural. I assumed it was some man-made production to make cats happy. Because when your cat is happy, they love you more.
Oh, wait. And was that Curious Cats?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was down on the job. I was trying to look up something. Curious Cats and it's on Epic. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I have so we had a question about renting movies on Hoopla. So I'll answer that specific question in a second, but unless you want to try and do it, but I could not find it in Hoopla, but you could look Chandrea and see what that comment is. But so yeah, a little bit more about, so again, ebooks are available, audiobooks are available, comic books are on there, which for me, when I was first starting to read comic books, I liked the idea of comic books, but I didn't want to have to go to the store and spend like $4 or $5 on something this skinny. I'm somebody that would probably give me the book when it's all done, like a graphic novel format. So that was really nice because I could see and try out all these different comic books, and then they get returned. So it's really a nice way to be able to, it's like you're renting the comic books, right? So that was nice. But in terms of movies, they only have their selection of movies that they have available is probably, it's very not limited. It's limited. It's not going to win versus Netflix or a Redbox like that. Or when you actually can come into the library and get DVDs of things. I would say to the specific question that we got, I didn't see that title, but we do know that in a few weeks we should be starting, I think we can say this, right? In a few weeks, we're going to be starting curbside service. So you can call the library, and if it's something we have at Franklin Park, we can pull that for you and you can pick it up curbside. If it is something that is at another library, unfortunately, we're not, well, maybe fortunately, we probably shouldn't be doing that anyway, but we'll have enough going on. But we can't get DVDs or materials from other libraries at this time. So if we have it though, maybe earmark that and see if that's something, check the catalog, see if we have it, and then just know that when we start making that available, we can definitely get that for you. In the TV shows that they have on there, I don't think it's too bad. I was surprised by some of the television offerings that they had on there. So you just kind of have to download the app, go in there and just kind of look for yourself, I think, because we all like different things. So, whether something you like it or not will be dependent upon you, I guess. But yeah, if you're looking for something specific, I think we're probably still your best bet for that in terms of movies for sure. But yeah. So you know what, since I don't need to share screen, but I will share with you this. So audiobooks, I don't know how many people are into audiobooks, but I didn't anticipate talking about this necessarily, but I've had this book, The Harlem Charade. It's a middle grade novel, and I've had it for a few years because we all have that pile of books, right, that we mean to read, and then it just sits there. And 2-3 years passes before you realize it. It was a book I had gotten at a conference, I see, in 2017. I know that because it's autographed and she dated it for me. That's embarrassing that it was so long ago. But anyway, I was looking for things to read. So what originally drew me to this book, so it's a book about 3 kids. They are not friends at the beginning of the story, which I think I've talked about this before. If you know me, I enjoy stories where you have kind of like the unlikely friends. You know, they might all be in different, you know, this one likes this one likes that, and you wouldn't think that they ever in a million years would be friends, but then something common brings them together. So that's definitely what happens in this book. But there is Jin, who she lives with her grandparents, and they own a bodega in New York. So bodega, I'm understanding, is just kind of like not a quickie mart, but it's kind of like that kind of thing.
That kind of vibe, definitely.
But I was like, what a nice name, because I had to look it up because I'm like, I don't even know what that is. That sounds so fancy. And you're like, oh, wait, okay. So she lives with them. And then there's a girl from her school, Alex, that she meets. And Alex, I guess at school, she seems a little kind of spiffy, a little not nice. But then she comes into the quickie mart. See, I'm going to call it that. Into Jin's grandparents' store, and she does something very nice. She like secretly goes around and does good things for people. So one day Jin follows her to see what she's doing. Well, then when she kind of talks to her about it, the girl's thinking she's, you know, Alex is like, are you giving me a hard time because of, like, I guess she doesn't like to broadcast the good things that she does, but then she also is kind of like, hey, you don't know me. So there's still, you know, a little bit of the way she seems at school initially, but Jin's kind of like, no, I think what you're doing is great. I would love to come along with you to do these good deeds. So they do. Well, then they meet a boy named Elvin as well. And he's living with his grandfather after living on California with his mother. She gets sick, so he doesn't know his grandfather, but he gets moved across the country to live with his grandfather. Well, then his grandfather gets attacked in the park. So they're in New York City. Not that that necessarily means that's what happens, just in the cities where they're living. So not only does the grandfather get attacked, but so Elvin needs help because now he's a kid alone in the city, and they don't want people to know that in case somebody would come take him away. He can't go see his grandfather because it's not safe, because his grandfather is involved in a mystery. Usually he just kind of keeps an eye. I guess his grandfather takes it upon himself to walk around at night to keep an eye on the neighborhood himself. And I guess a painting by an artist was discovered, and it was in the ground. I guess it was dug in the ground somewhere. It was discovered. And then when the grandfather was in that area that night, he's attacked. So they think that there's something kind of linking the grandfather's attack with this really mysterious kind of valuable painting, because people think there are more of these paintings. So what the kids end up doing, of course, they band together. They try to help the grandfather, number one, by finding out what happened to him, and then two, to kind of find out what this big mystery is. I think at times, I think whenever you get a book like this, you might find it a little bit unbelievable, because you're like, would these kids really be, running around New York City doing this and having like bad guys come after them? But it's one of those things. Suspend your disbelief, just go along for the ride. I liked it. And what is nice about it is, even though it's not on Hoopla as an ebook, it is an audiobook. So if you like audiobooks, I think that probably would be a little something extra, because now here I didn't get to enjoy it that way because I didn't realize it was until I went to go look after. But yeah, so The Harlem Charade, the author is Natasha Tarpley. And yeah, so that is my fiction recommendation, because that's one of my quarantine reads. And yeah, I really liked it. So, or if you could listen to it as an audiobook now, or if you just wait till we do curbside pickup, you could always keep this title in mind. And I know we do have this at the library. So yeah, that's that recommendation right there.
I do want to go back to the specific question about City of Ember. I cannot find it on any of the e-resources we have available today. However, that is a book that we do, that is a DVD we own at the library. So I believe you can go on Swan's website right now and go ahead and put a hold on that book. And as soon as the library opens, we can get that pulled for you.
Oh, okay.
And you can pick it up curbside. That's something that we're working
curbside. Yeah.
So that's a really fun thing you can do. Unless you wanted to get a Stars free trial. You could get a Stars free trial for 7 days and watch it. Putting that out there. But it's up to you.
Miss Chandrea is all about getting those freebies and getting what you need from those freebies. You have the freebies.
You have to use your resources, and I'm all about using every resource I have. So even though, the library uses Hoopla and Overdrive and Access 360, I found that Epic worked best for me for what I needed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take us back to Epic because, again, I'm still obsessed with it. Let me see. This is the issue. I do have to say, the hardest part about screen sharing is the fact that I have a million tabs open at any given time.
Yeah.
So trying to find the right one, it's always a little bit tricky, but I'm getting there. I did want to share, because I was just thinking about, again, what Epic has to offer. I really like the way they organize their website. So you can see your recent searches. You can see what everybody else is searching. So like clearly they have a Peter Cat collection and a Princess in Black collection. They actually also have audiobooks available, and they also have books that read to you. And I will say, I actually prefer Epic to this over the Hoopla Digital that, again, we use at library and we do love. But I really like the way that Epic lets you control the read aloud a little bit better. I found that when I was playing with Hoopla Digital, sometimes I got frustrated because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. And I'm an adult, so, I'm sharing that with the community.
I get it.
I really like how they sort their items, so you can find books on chapter books or easy to read or listen and read along. Social emotional, very important. Math, all that fun stuff. And I'm not seeing the one I wanted to. I think I need to explore. They also have audiobooks. That was what I was going with because we're on an audiobook kick. So if they don't have it in, say, Hoopla or Overdrive or Access 360, which we do love, we do have, they might have it here. I've actually been very pleasantly surprised at what they have to offer. So especially if you feel like you have already gone through what Hoopla has to offer, because I definitely personally felt like I had kind of gone through what they had to offer and what I liked. I really enjoyed the fact that there's another resource that we have access to thanks to the open access that everybody's giving us due to COVID that we can check out. Let's see, this one is, Misunderstood Shark audiobook.
Oh, that book is hilarious.
Unfortunately, the thing is, I will say that if it's a tagged audiobook, you obviously can't see the book. You can just listen.
Yeah.
So you can't see all the cute pictures. I'm sorry.
It's just funny.
You can listen. And you can laugh. So that was something I wanted to share, and then I will get us in with another book. Can you tell that I'm obsessed with that book?
No, that's good. I mean, it does seem like, that would be something getting.
And I will say, Epic has. Let me try to English. I've been using a lot of Epic throughout the morning movers. So if you're wondering where I'm finding these stories and why you can't find them, it's because I'm finding them on Epic. Let's see. Our next book is going to be What's Up Bear by Frida Wisniewski. Who doesn't love bears? And it's a book about opposites. So I wonder what we're going to talk about. Yes, we're going on a trip to New York City.
New York City.
Doesn't the city look big and beautiful, Bear? No, it looks scary, Sophia. Hurry, we're up, Bear. Hurry, we're down, Sophia. Isn't it fun to go fast? I like slow better. It's so tall. We're so short. Yeah, I'm dancing over the bridge. Yikes, I'm hiding under the sweater. Go, train, go. Stop, train, stop. Hello, dinosaur. Goodbye, dinosaur. Poor wet bear. Nice, dry bear. See those fancy bears? See that plain bear? Lots of new bears. Just one old bear. Big bears everywhere. Small bear right here. Oh no, we forgot bear, but where? Please, Sophia, remember bear. Bear is lost. Bear is found. I was sad without you. I'm happy now. The end.
Oh, I like it has the some of those important New York landmarks listed on there.
It's cute. Also, I would like to go back. I'm not sure if you appreciated Dad's shirt and the fact that Dad's shirt had an apple eaten out of it. Eaten out of it.
It's a delicious big apple.
So,
see, that's the thing. I like New York in books and in movies and TV, but I have never been to New York.
Speaking of New York, I actually had a comment to go around with something you said earlier, which is you got to suspend your disbelief. So I'm not sure if anybody has heard, but the Percy Jackson series is getting re-released as a package of books, and they are redoing the TV. They're redoing the movie as a TV show. So in case you didn't really like the movie, you're going to get a new chance at it. However, the Percy Jackson movie, the character is 16. The Percy Jackson book, the character is like 12.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, where is his parents?
Because that's the thing in stories. You have to get rid of the adults like as soon as possible because, you know, you don't want them popping up at the wrong time, ruining the kids' fun. Or like if the kids, that was like another book I read. Shoot, what was that book called? But it was like basically these kids, they like, you know, jumped on like a train out of town. They went and talked to a stranger. Ooh, there you go.
There we go. I had to share it.
Yeah. So I don't know. You do. I mean, it's true. If kids like to read about adventures, and you can't always do that when adults are around. So I understand it. But side note to you bringing up Percy, I was looking on Hoopla. Harry Potter, the first book, is available on Hoopla right now. So if you've always been meaning to read Harry Potter, now might be a good time. They only have the first one. I'm not sure why, but you know.
However, that's when you have to use your resources because even though the first one's on Hoopla, I believe the other ones are on Overdrive. Pretty sure they're on Overdrive, and they might be on Access 360. We can find that out and add that to the comments.
You know what? You start with that now.
You got to go to a couple different apps to finish a series. I know that's happened to me. You got to work what you got. The good news is if you go to our online catalog, it's really useful because we can't get in the library right now. I could actually show you. So give me a second. I'm just going to take you through this. Adventure time. Because I can talk about it, but I can also show it. So I'm going to do that.
I know you like the screen share.
I do. I mean, we're not going to talk about like, my tabs, everybody.
Oh, see, there you were. You really were looking all those things up. You were checking everywhere.
So I'm going to go directly to the link because I have it saved. So on our website, you can see things that are trending, our hours and contacts and all that fun stuff. So let's go to, I'm going to go the Harry Potter example because that's the one we know is on a couple different resource platforms. So we definitely want to be filtered by the Franklin Park Library District. Sometimes it does start us off at all libraries, okay? But for this example, we're going to go ahead and click Franklin Park Library because that means stuff you have access to. You will need your library card handy, but don't you worry. If you don't have one, you can get a digital library card. And this is the button. You can sort by ebook or e-audiobook. So I'm going to sort by ebook. And you have to hit apply because that's how this works. So this is every Harry Potter book available to us as Franklin Park patrons. So I see this Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery that's available on Hoopla. I see, it does get a little tricky when it doesn't tell you what resource it's on. Sometimes you just have to commit and you have to click that download button. And when you download it, I can go ahead and do this for the example. I'm going to commit it to the example.
Boy, this is a great how-to.
Oh, it downloaded. Awesome. Learn new things every day. So I downloaded it twice. That's not the point. The point is if you download it and you go to your account, you can view your downloads, and sometimes that'll help you figure out where it's checked out from. Oh, my bad. It's a digital checkout.
Oh.
So I have a Hoopla book checked out. I have an ebook. For the record, I'm like pretty sure this is Access 360. I'm sharing that with the committee. We're not
committee?
Perfect.
Am I the committee? Who's
I believe our viewers are the committee.
Oh, okay. Everybody.
You can be part of the committee too. So in that example, it wasn't the best example because it didn't actually tell you, but a lot of times it will tell you if it's available on Access 360 or Overdrive. So definitely check that out. And if it gets too confusing, because I will admit, I thought this was better, just go to overdrive.com or access360.com, and that should get you started. And more importantly, if you are having an issue finding the book you're looking for, that's what we're here for. So if you can't find it, if that didn't make any sense to you at all, let us know. You can call. You can't call us right now. I shouldn't say that, but you can chat with us. You can Facebook us. You can message us. You can email us. All the platforms, and we can get you what you need.
Definitely.
How does that work?
That sounds good. Well, and that's a good segue. So I was going to mention what we are doing. So if you go to our website, like she mentioned, there is a chat with us option. We do have library staff staffing the desk, the virtual desk, during the week. So Monday to Friday, I can't remember the hours, but I think you can tell when they're there and when they're not. I think the message changes. But we've been wanting to do something for the kids. So because, people might send their questions to the help desk, but those are adult librarians, and not to say that they can't get those things, but if you're asking for recommendations on a book on Hoopla, I don't know how much the adults know about their children's lit. So anyway, so we are looking to have something just for the kids that I think they're supposed to be setting up within the next week or so, I think. I don't actually know how long it takes to put those things together. So, but that definitely is something, again, she mentioned you can email us, you can do that. But hopefully we will have that on a page where you can fill out the form, and we can kind of help you find something like, hey, I like books with bears. Miss Chandrea could be like, hey, I'm on that, because clearly she likes books with bears. But yeah, so that should be coming up, I think. And when that's up, we'll definitely post on Facebook, so that you know that it's available. But and then probably it'll be on we can make a slider so that when you visit the website, if you didn't know about it, you would know about it. But yeah, so I think that's because we wanted to do this because we felt like this kind of would give people an opportunity to send in their questions about recommendations, or we could just share our recommendations. So I think it's, it was kind of a two-way street there. So we could help you with some things, if somebody sees this later, or if you actually had on the minute questions, we could help you with that. So, but yeah, so I think we're good. I mean, look at us, 3:54.
We never end on time. But before we end, for everybody who is watching, did you have any questions? I don't know if we've given you the opportunity. I've seen a couple of questions coming through the chat box, and we hope we got to them. However, we would like to give you a minute or two to put in any questions you may have.
Because I guess this is something I have to look up, but it's like I can see in two different spots, like, oh, wait, or are these just people I know that are watching now? This makes sense because it shows that more people are watching than I see on the. Never mind. I figured it out. Miss Jenny figured it out. It's a whole new world. This is the first time we were trying this. But yeah, please tell your friends. We could probably do this again, I would imagine, because really we can share this with you. I mean, going forward, this is pretty much what our programming is going to be looking like. I mean, we don't know when things are really going to change that we can definitely have people in for programs at the library building. So, I think this would be fun to do this again. Also, you could let us know if you think it's something that was worth your time, or you were just like, hey, who are these two? And what is this? But if you know us and you've come into the library and Kids Crossing, this is basically us. So
once you know it.
Yeah. So there's that. Also, side note, I can also say this. I'm going to be posting a video later this week to Facebook and sending it to district schools. So if you're not somebody in District 83 or 84, you do need to find the video on social media, or it will be on our website. But we do have a summer reading challenge coming up. It is going to be from June 1st to July 31st, and we are going to be doing it online. So if you get a newsletter from Franklin Park, that's going to be late. It's not coming at your usual time. So we're hoping, though, to include reading logs within the newsletter, just so you can kind of keep track for yourself. But we really want people entering their minutes online, because really we probably don't want to be exchanging papers back and forth, you know. Yeah, so that some of that information will be in the video, but just you maybe want to put it on your calendar. That's when it will be on there. We are using the online platform. News to come about how we're going to be doing prizes and things like that. And then we're actually going to do something that I'm kind of excited about. I know every year we try to donate. The Friends group tries to donate to different organizations. So what the library is going to do, we're planning on donating to some organizations that we know of, that we thought you all might want to help donate money to. So we know this year we're in a little bit different. You know, last year everything was different. So this year, lots of different places could use some donations. So we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, so summer reading, June 1st, July 31st. Be there. Tell your friends.
Definitely tell your friends. Again, shout out to anybody who, you know, has friends and family, especially in this example on Facebook. We are non-inclusive, so to speak. So if you know somebody who's in town, I know people were stuck certain places. So if you have friends, family that are in town, or, you know, they just like to read and, you know, maybe their library isn't suiting their needs right now, go ahead, share our information with them. They are more than welcome to join us. We encourage everyone to join us. Again, you don't have to be a Franklin Park Library patron to use our services or to come to any of our events, you know, when they're in person or our virtual events.
I was like, because they're virtual events.
They're virtual events now. So we didn't require that when we had in-person events, so we're not going to require that now.
Yeah.
So again, if you got family or friends or, you know, anyone who needs something to do, definitely send them our way or send our information to them, so to speak.
Yeah.
And we would love for them to be included.
Yeah. So again, just keep an eye out for our social media, our pages, the website. Anytime we're going to share information, that's where we're going to put it. And again, hopefully, if you're not somebody who has, or you have family members that can't get to the computer, hopefully whenever the newsletter does get to your house, I think they're thinking maybe July is when you'll get a newsletter. So I know it's going to be a bit. So maybe tell them about summer reading, tell them about our programmings, but they won't get like a physical piece until then. So, and again, call the library if you tell them, when we say we're there, or maybe you can tell them, you look it up on the website and tell them what we're offering, and we can figure it all out. It's so hard, guys. It's like, we've really been working to see how we can translate in-person programs to the web and Facebook. Here we go. So, all right. Well, I think that is it. So thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for joining us. We love each and every one of you. We are so happy that you came and that you commented and that I already said you came. So just thanks.
She's always so flowery.
Who knew?
So we are going to stop the feed. I don't know how quickly it'll stop the feed because there's a delay. So we're just maybe we just need to do this for like a minute.
Bye.
All right, bye everybody. All right.